Before we dive in, I want to invite you to join my free community for mom entrepreneurs called the Momentum Hub. It's a calm, supportive space with weekly resets, simple guidance, and real momentum without hustle or burnout. You can join for free by going to momsmakemoneycollective.com/hub. Once again, that's momsmakemoneycollective.com/hub. I'll also make sure to have the link to join in the show notes so you can join that way as well. All right, let's get into the episode. You can't pour from an empty cup, but what if your cup isn't empty? What if it's just full of holes? What if you're doing the self-care, taking the time off, trying to reset, and you're still exhausted? Because maybe the problem isn't that you're not filling your cup. Maybe it's that your bucket is leaking faster than you can refill it. Let's get into the episode. Welcome to the Moms Make Money podcast. I'm your host, Jenny. I'm the owner of Moms Make Money Collective, a podcast and visibility strategist and mom of two. Many moms feel like we need to sacrifice our careers for our children, but I wholeheartedly believe that we can have a thriving business and family at the same time. In this podcast, we're going to be diving into the ins and outs of running a business as a mom and getting real and raw about all things parenting. So buckle up because we're about to go all in. Hey, and welcome to Moms Make Money, the podcast for mom entrepreneurs wanting to create sustainable businesses in part-time hours. I'm your host, Jenny, and I am so excited that you're here. So I know as moms and as entrepreneurs in general, we talk a lot about filling your cup. Things like bubble baths, morning routines, a weekend away, a girls' night. And listen, I am not anti-self-care. I am a huge proponent of self-care. And I love a good reset. But here's what I've learned as a mom building a business in 20 hours a week. Sometimes the issue isn't that we aren't filling our cup. It's that we're leaking energy in ways that we don't even notice. You can take a day off, but if you're mentally checking Slack in your head, if you're replaying a client message, and if you're feeling behind the entire time, you didn't rest, you just changed locations. And that hit me really hard a few years ago. So an empty cup means that you need rest, whereas a leaky bucket means that your energy is going somewhere that it shouldn't. And these are two very different problems. So if you're empty, things like sleep, downtime, and margin will help, whereas if you're leaking, more rest isn't going to fix that because you'll refill and then you'll drain right back out again. And that's where so many ambitious mom entrepreneurs get stuck. You're not lazy or bad at time management or not disciplined enough. You just have leaks. So let's talk about the leaks. And here are some common ones I see and have personally lived through. So one could be saying yes when you mean no because you didn't want to disappoint someone, or letting clients text you at 8 p.m. and feeling like you need to respond immediately, or not having clear scope boundaries so that your projects quietly expand, or checking your phone every spare minute instead of letting your brain breathe. Also could be carrying guilt for working or carrying guilt for not working, or comparing yourself to other entrepreneurs and thinking that you should be doing more, or building offers that require more energy than you realistically have to give in this season. Lastly, operating without systems so that everything lives in your head. That can lead to a very leaky cup. So every single one of these is a slow leak. It's not dramatic or catastrophic, but steady. And steady leaks are the ones that drain you the fastest. So a few years ago, I kept wondering why I was exhausted, even after a full weekend, quote unquote, off. I would technically log off, but I'd still be checking my email, Slack, and mentally rehearsing my Monday's to-do list and still feeling behind. Underneath it all, it was guilt. I had guilt for not doing more, guilt for wanting to slow down, guilt for building a business but not wanting it to consume my life. So even though I was resting, my bucket was full of holes. And that shift didn't happen because I took more time off. It happened when I sealed the leaks. So I turned off notifications, I set actual client communication windows, I stopped responding immediately just because I was available, and I automated updates instead of manually checking in. A big one is I simplified my offers, and I restructured my week around school drop-offs and pickups instead of pretending that I had unlimited time. And slowly from there, my energy came back, my creativity came back, my patience with my children came back, because I wasn't hemorrhaging energy anymore. So I want you to know you can't pour generously if your bucket is constantly leaking. And here's the part that no one talks about. Sometimes the leak isn't Sometimes the leak isn't in your schedule. It's in your nervous system. So if you're constantly in low-grade urgency, if you're always feeling slightly behind, if your brain never gets to fully shut off, then you're leaking. So sealing the leaks looks like boundaries that you can actually enforce, systems that hold information so that your brain doesn't have to, clear scope of work, defined work hours, permission to build at a sustainable pace, and a business model that fits your life, not the other way around. This is the difference between hustle and sustainability, as well as burnout cycles and long-term momentum. So I want you to pause for a second. Where are your leaks right now? Is it your phone habits, your client boundaries, overcommitment, maybe your mental load, an offer that's feeling too heavy this season? What is one leak that you feel like you could plug this week? One leak, not a million, one. Because when your bucket is whole again, you can fill it once and it actually stays full. And that's what sustainable success looks like. And this is why I am personally so passionate about helping moms build businesses in 20 hours a week or less. Not because hustle is bad, I don't think that's the case, but because margin matters. When your systems are tight, when your boundaries are clear, and your workflow supports you instead of draining you, you're not just surviving entrepreneurship, you're actually getting to enjoy it, which is the beauty of it all. So if you're ready to stop leaking energy and start building something sustainable, come join me inside the Sustainable Success Accelerator. This is where we plug the leaks with systems with boundaries and smarter workflows, with business models that are designed for real life, school schedules, sick days, and all. Because your business shouldn't drain you dry, it should support the life that you're building. And when your bucket's whole, you can fill it once and it actually stays full. Imagine that. All right, thank you so much for tuning into this episode. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you so much for tuning into today's episode. I really hope you enjoyed it. I'd love it if you would head on over to our free Facebook group called Moms Make Money Collective to connect with us further. If you're more of an Instagram fan, make sure you're following us on Instagram at Moms Make Money Collective. If you're loving the show, make sure to leave us a rating and review on Apple Podcast. Your feedback means the absolute world to us. We'll see you in the next episode.